Welcome to another rendition of Too Early for This Ish podcast. It's your host, your moderator, the host with the most. I do not brag or boast, and I'm coming to you guys live from coast to coast. It's your boy. I'm Krista Don One, and I'm at the AutoZone Tire and Oil Lube Center Studio. Just kidding. You guys know what you got to do. Rate, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share this content with your friends, family, as well as your followers. Get this YouTube channel as well as this live stream, this beautiful podcast in the YouTube algorithm. All right. Thank you very much. Welcome. Happy Monday. I hope everyone's having a lovely Monday morning. Okay, going into Monday afternoon in the next couple of minutes. All right. Some people are already experiencing the afternoon right now. Okay. But nevertheless, I'm the best. Let's digress into a Netflix special that premiered over the weekend. This special is called Selective Outrage. I thought that was a perfect title for a comedy special, and it starred one of the best comedians on the planet. All right, and that is Chris effing Rock. All right, Chris Rock. Now, a lot of people, and this was the first time Netflix had a comedy special that was live. You could rewatch the live portion. Now, they also have the edit version, and they probably edited some the show, condensed the show down a little bit. I think it was already an hour and 8 minutes. They probably done conditioned it down. I haven't seen the edit version. They definitely edited out a joke that Chris Rock said mistakenly. He didn't deliver the punchline, so they definitely edited that portion out. But I saw the live version, and I loved it from start to finish. Chris Rock selective. I'm having selective amnesia trying to remember this name. Selective Outrage. Now, if you compare it to all other Chris Rock comedy specials, there's two comedy specials that Chris Rock starred in. To me, that was way better than this one. And not to say this one was awful. At the end of the day, I liked this special on HBO, which, by the way, Chris Rock is balling, folks. Chris Rock is balling. He got a $40 million contract from Netflix, and he's promising to deliver 2 shows for Netflix, exclusively for Netflix. All right. And he's getting $20 million a show. Jesus Christ, Chris Rock. I want Chris Rock's agent. All right, I want Chris Rock agent to get me some paper like that, to get me an opportunity like that. But Chris Rock is a legend in the game. He's definitely in my top 3 of in my top 5 greatest comedians of all time. And he's still heads and shoulders better than he's not better than the GOAT, in my personal opinion. I don't think he's better than Dave Chappelle. But I think he's a close. He's definitely a close second. And Cat Williams is my third. And then whoever you want to fit after that, I'm cool with it. I'm not a huge Kevin Hart fan. I think Kevin Hart had moments in his comedy specials. But if you paid attention to his last comedy special, not a lot of people were feeling it. I wasn't feeling it as well. And Cat Williams fell off just a little bit. He took a couple of steps back on his comedy special that premiered on Netflix. Wasn't all that good. There was funny jokes here and there, but overall, when you look at the whole scheme of Cat Williams special, it just wasn't all that funny. But everyone's allowed to make mistakes. But yeah, let's talk about the Chris Rock special, Selective Outrage. I felt like from start to finish, it was a great comedy special. There was, to me, there was no a bad moment in this comedy special. And once again, it was only an hour and 8 minutes. A lot of people thought it wasn't it wasn't a lot. Me personally, I thought it was good. All right, it was all good in the head. All right, so he tackled a lot of things, pulled no punches. If you're the type of individual that gets triggered real fast, I suggest you don't watch this special. If you're in the LPQ community, you may want to bypass this episode. But I felt like the humor and the jokes wasn't too bad for you guys. So if you are fans of Will Smith, Jada Smith, if you are fans of, if you are fans of Meghan Markle, she is the queen. Well, she's married to the Prince of England. You may want to bypass this episode. If you don't want to talk about racism, you may want to bypass this episode. And black people being racist, you may want to definitely want to bypass this episode. This show from start to finish was a good show. He even started off with Selective Outrage, and he talked about how in today's society everyone gets offended so fast, so quickly. Everyone wants to be in a different movement on social media, the Me Too movement, all of these movements, and everyone is so quick to be offended. And I thought from start to finish it was a good comedy special. And I look at it like this: if you are a good comedian, or even or the greatest of all time, which is Dave Chappelle, you can remember your favorite jokes from those comedians. And with this special, I remembered a lot of jokes in this comedy special. He said, quote, he wasn't going to try to offend a lot of people. A lot of people may get offended, may get triggered by this comedy special, but they're jokes. At the end of the day, these are jokes. And clearly what everybody wanted to hear about was, what does Chris Rock think of Will Smith and the Smith family? And he spent I felt like he spent like 8 minutes on that subject. A lot of people on YouTube are chopping up this comedy special. Everyone getting their paper, all right. We'll just go ahead, we'll start with the best, and then we'll move on to the rest of the comedy special. He basically said that if you've been living on a rock, allow your boy to explain. He basically talked about how he called Will Smith Suge Smith. He talked about Will Smith, has this tough guy persona. And he talked about the incident where Will Smith got on stage, hit Chris Rock, and then walked back to his seat peacefully and quietly with no security escorting him out the door until the cameras were off. And Will Smith acting like a total fool. And he talked about the, people asking him a million questions like, did it hurt when Will Smith hit you? Did it hurt? And he said, yeah, it hurt. He said, it hurts now. He talked about how Jada Smith got upset because Chris Rock didn't get selective outrage because of a movie Will Smith did called Concussion, wasn't nominated in the Oscars. And, Jada Smith and Will Smith was going to not protest because of that. And they were, going on social media, getting support from their quote unquote Hollywood friends saying, do not attend the Oscars, telling the Black community, do not support the Oscars, do not watch the Oscars, which that particular Oscars was hosted by Chris Rock. They asked even Chris Rock not to attend or take part of the Oscars. And Chris Rock said no. And then he made a little joke about it. He said, well, it's not like Jada Smith, it's not like Jada Smith got an invitation to the Oscars anyway, so it's easy for her to not be at the Oscars because she wasn't even invited. And that joke rubbed Jada Smith the wrong way. And ever since then, Jada Smith and Chris Rock have subliminal back and forth, with her red table talk. And, every once in a while, Chris Rock comments about the Oscars. And anyway, he talked about how the punch, and then he talked about how he was hearing the Summertime drums from Will Smith's Summertime song in his head when he got concussed. Okay. I thought that was a funny punchline. I also thought, he said he took it like Pacquiao. And then he talked about how people would say, well, how come you didn't fight back? And then Chris Rock, which, I even said this, people don't realize, on television, everyone says, all the actors look the same, got the same mass, same height. Chris Rock is a skinny guy, and Will Smith is a larger guy in mass. Okay, Will Smith played in a lot of action movies. Will Smith played as Ali. He even made a joke about Will Smith played Ali. Chris Rock played Pookie on New Jack City. Okay, even the animated characters that Will Smith was in were bigger than the animated characters Chris Rock was in, okay? And then he made a joke about, Will Smith has done roles without wearing a shirt. He said the only time, he said, he's never going to wear a shirt. Even in open heart surgery, he's going to wear a sweater. I thought that was funny, just letting the people know that, Chris Rock is a very thin guy. And then he segued into, how, everybody around the world was calling calling Will Smith the B word. The Breakfast Club called him the B word. Charlemagne the God called Will Smith the B word. A lot of rappers called Will Smith the B word. A lot of people on social media called Will Smith the B word. Everybody was calling. The View was calling him the B word. Now, I don't watch The View, but it'll be funny as hell if Whoopi Goldberg called Will Smith the B word. All these talk shows, everyone's calling him a B word. But out of all the people and out of all the opportunities, Will Smith could have, protect his name and wanted to fight. The one person he hits is the guy that they call him the B word. Now, he did call him the B word after that joke because he said, and that is some BS ish when you hit someone that's smaller than you, which, I know a lot of people, and a lot of people are going to have this opinion. A fight's a fight. It doesn't matter how tall the person is or how small the person is. A fight's a fight. Everything is fair. Everything's in balance. Everything's in check. They're two men, right? All right. But if you've been in a fight or if you had an opportunity to be in a fight, one of the quote unquote rules is, pick on somebody your own size. And Will Smith didn't pick on anyone his own size. Will Smith found the one that he could easily beat up, which was Chris Rock. Now, also, I felt like Chris Rock, wasn't going to punch Will Smith back because, Chris Rock is trying to, take the higher ground. Okay. While Will Smith is low-key taking the lowest ground. Okay. But he talked about that, how, he talked about how everyone's calling Will Smith the B word, but Will Smith don't have an issue with none of them people. Will Smith don't want to look for the smoke for those folks. But the one guy that he had an opportunity to defend his frustration about is the guy that he had a back and forth with Jada Smith, his wife, but he didn't say anything offensive. He was just basically telling the truth, telling the obvious about the Oscars award, and he was not going to take part in their protest because of Will Smith's movie didn't get nominated for an Oscar. Okay. But he talked about that. He talked about how he said he respected Will Smith as, because he came in, he went to Will Smith and DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince concert when they was headlining for Run DMC. He was champion for Will Smith when he transitioned into a rapper, into going into syndicated television on NBC, the Fresh Prince, which at that particular time it was never heard, it was never done before. And a lot of people don't realize Will Smith opened the door for so many other rappers to be in syndicated television, where before then that was a huge no-no in network television. A lot of networks were not going to touch it. Okay. So Will Smith, a lot of people don't give Will Smith his flowers. Will Smith has done extraordinary things, as well as for the Black community, breaking down barriers and letting people know that, everyone has this myth of all Black families struggle, all Black families are poor, all Black families, all Black families don't go to college, all Black families are not wealthy. And it took a lot of shows and a lot of education to change the mind of society. No, we're so much more than that. Yeah, we do have wealthy families that are African American. We do have African American families owning multi-million dollar companies. We do have individuals who are African American that's doing extraordinary things as far as the advancement of society and to the world. We can do more than dribble a basketball, put a mic in our hand, or be in a comedy show, or do or do shows. We're so much more than that. We're more than just entertaining people, okay? We're also creators. So a lot of people don't give Will Smith his flowers. And when Bill Cosby wasn't slipping pills into women and having sex with them while they were asleep, even you have to give some flowers to Bill Cosby and a lot of people out there that they were the trailblazers for Debbie Allen. All of them were Felicia Rashad, all of them were trailblazers of how people look at Black families, Black excellence, and these individuals in film and entertainment change the mindset, change the stereotype of how people view the Black community. I mean, we're much more than living in the ghetto, living in filth. Government is helping us, in all this ish. Okay, so a lot of people don't give Will Smith his flowers. I want to I kind of segue into this, and I'm going to segue out of it. But yeah, Chris Rock was giving Will Smith his flowers. Chris Rock was saying he admired Will Smith because Will Smith did more extraordinary things for the African American community than Chris Rock. Okay. And he even said that in his comedy special. He didn't say it verbatim, but he was saying like, yo, Will Smith was it was in another universe. There's levels to this. Will Smith was excellent in a higher level that Chris Rock hasn't even reached that stratosphere yet at that particular time. So he was giving Will Smith his flowers. And then this is how Will Smith betrays Chris Rock by walking on stage and hitting him. And Chris Rock didn't have anything to do with all of the criticism and all of what people said on social media about him and his marriage, about his wife. Chris Rock didn't even talk about that stuff. And he even said in his comedy special, his wife did hurt him more than Will Smith hitting him in the face. So let that sink in. You have your significant other that's doing things that's destroying your reputation, destroying your character, destroying your masculinity, live and in full effect. And he even segued into another joke talking about we all been cheated on, all right? But not all of us have been cheated on. And the person that cheated on us is giving a one-on-one interview talking about, and he used an example. So I sucked so-and-so's, wood. What you think about that? And act like he just threw a mic in front of Will Smith. And that's the core of why Will Smith was so frustrated, why Will Smith was unraveling, why Will Smith was upset. It wasn't the fact that Chris Rock said a joke on the Oscars and Jada and Will Smith were just standing there listening to the joke. I just think that was the last straw for Will Smith. He was getting that work. They were smoking. They were slow cooking Will Smith on social media about his strange relationship with his wife. And I think they have it. And I said this in a video. Now, I don't have any proof. And this is allegedly. But everyone in Hollywood is saying that the powers that be that are in this biz saying that they have an open relationship. And they said, Will Smith will go outside his marriage to satisfy his needs. And Jada Smith will go outside the marriage to satisfy her needs. When it started being a problem is when, it came out publicly that Jada Smith was fooling around with a guy that was hanging out with her son. And when that started getting attention, then the entanglement word came out, and then the Red Table Talk interview when she was talking to her husband. And you could clearly tell he's frustrated and upset. And you could clearly tell he was ambushed by this question. He didn't think that his wife was going to ask him this question, but they have an open relationship. They didn't talk. They talk little about their relationship and whether or not it's open or not, but they spent more time promoting Jada Smith's show, promoting Jada Smith entanglement with August Alstina, instead of talking about their relationship. Is it an open relationship, or did Jada Smith just walk out of her relationship and cheated on Will Smith? Do Will Smith is Will Smith allowed to go outside outside the relationship? They talk a little about that and more about the exciting stuff, the messy stuff. Okay, uh, selling a show on Facebook, selling a book. Will Smith is selling his reputation to show to the world that, hey, I'm just a normal guy like the rest of y'all. So, oh, wait, 17 people in the building. Please hit that like button. Please comment in the comment section. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And be sure you hit the notification bell. 21 people in the building. Whoa! Okay, so, yeah. That's what transpired. I felt like Chris Rock went into a lot of things about their relationship and talked about how uh, Will Smith was offended. He was way hurt, and he just had enough. He had it up to here with all the insults, all the jokes, all the comments. And that fateful night, he took it out on Chris Rock. Chris Rock was the face of all the insults, all the jokes, all the disrespect. And Chris Rock just happened to be there, and Will Smith just cracked under pressure and hit him. All right. So it wasn't personal. Will Smith didn't have a beef with Chris Rock. Will Smith had all right. Let me put y'all on hold for 1 second. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that. Technical difficulties, technical difficulty. 16 people in the building. Feel free to hit that like button, the notification bell, subscribe to the channel, get this channel and this live stream in the YouTube algorithm. Do your boy a favor, do your boy solid. All right, so so Will Smith, he, you know, he had an issue with society, and Chris Rock was there, and Chris Rock was the punching bag for society, and a Will Smith cup ran over, so to say, and that's why he punched Chris Rock. It wasn't a personal gripe with Chris Rock. Chris Rock didn't say anything to he didn't say anything to upset Will Smith. Even though I felt like it was more to do with that. It also had a little bit to do with he was trying to defend his wife's honor, because he saw his wife rolled her eyes and she wasn't too pleased with the joke, the G.I. Jane joke. And, all of that cultivated, and, Will Smith got on stage and hit Chris Rock. And, it's one of those things, you know what I'm saying? Chris Rock is a good dude out here. He wasn't out here trying to insult Will Smith. It's just a simple fact that he just it wasn't like he was upset at it's not what Chris Rock. Oh, I'm sorry, folks. It's not what Chris Rock said that particular time. It was a cultivation of a lot of stuff that he was dealing with on social media, as well as, when you're married, your wife is not having a good week, a good month. She's going to air out her frustrations, and you, as the husband, has to, grin and bear it, and let your wife know that I got your back. I'm going to defend your honor. So it was a cultivation of a lot of stuff that sent him over the edge. And that's why you heard, after that event, he stayed home. He seeked out professional help. He just kept doing work and kept being busy, and that's why it took him so long. He got on his car wash tour of going to the popular radio shows and podcasts, and he even did a video on Instagram Live, as well as his own YouTube channel, publicly apologizing to Chris Rock, and just apologizing for his behavior, when he could have done that when he received his Oscar. He did apologize. He apologized to the Oscars, but didn't apologize to Chris Rock, because he was still upset at Chris Rock. And he just didn't want to come to grips of he made a huge mistake, a huge error in judgment. And he was also looking at it as, if I apologize to him right now, is Chris Rock going to pursue legal action towards me? Is Chris Rock going to try to sue me? Because, he didn't know what Chris Rock was going to do after that. Because remember, folks, Chris Rock didn't really talk too much about it. He sort of just finished the show and went off on his merry way. He did some couple of small gigs, comedy events, just trying out new material. And Chris Rock did something smart that a lot of us wouldn't necessarily have done, because sometimes our anger gets the best of us and we like to air out our issues with someone that's beefing with us right then and there. Chris Rock took something that was so offensive, that was so embarrassing, and he flipped it, and he got a $40 million contract from Netflix to do a comedy special where they exclusively get Chris Rock's opinion on that fateful night. He didn't go on tour. He didn't go on the Gayle King show. He didn't go on a Today show. He didn't go to E! News. He didn't go nowhere. He didn't talk about it. Will Smith did. He sort of blew his load and, said his mind, said his piece, apologized constantly because he was trying to save himself from crashing, where Chris Rock took the opportunity and monetized it and now seeking a huge payday because of it. Okay. So we got the other shoe drop, so to say, at that comedy special. We heard what Jada Smith said earlier. We heard what Will Smith thought, what he said earlier, and now we get the final say in that matter, that fateful night of Chris Rock. Chris Rock said what how he felt, and DJ Academic said something on his live stream on Twitch, and normally I don't co-sign with DJ Academics, but I will have to co-sign with DJ Academics from this standpoint. He said something very interesting. He felt like Chris Rock, when he was doing the live show, he was over emotional. Okay, not to the point of crying, but you could tell that he was rushing some of his punchlines because he was emotional about it. Because he and people are emotional when they're telling their side of the story. Now he's telling his side of a story in a comedy special, and it's like material to him. So it's like he's going back into time and telling y'all how he felt, how he thought, what hindsight being 2020. Did he do anything wrong? This, that, and that. He's revisiting that time in his comedy special. And like, we're the psychiatrist, like he's literally sitting, like he's laying on the sofa, and we're his psychiatrist, and we're just taking down notes on what he felt, what he was going through, what he said. Okay, so yeah, I can understand where DJ Academics is coming from, and he kind of butchered one joke. Look, folks, it was an hour show. He butchered the joke, and the joke was, the actual joke was, he was going to say Will Smith starred in Concussion, and when he slapped me, when he hit me, he gave me a concussion. But he used the wrong movie reference. He said emancipation, and gave him a concussion. That's Will Smith's newest movie. That's on Apple, and I think it was on in the theaters. He used the wrong movie name, but it doesn't matter. And then look, at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter which side of the plexiglass window you're looking at this from. I felt like Will Smith overreacted, and he had pent up frustration. What's up, Ryan Mindfulness? Hey to you, my good sir. Hey to you, sir. Hope you're having a lovely and productive Monday morning. I like it when people comment in the comment section, okay? You guys have to get active in the comment section if you want this comment section to be lit. That's your domain. I sort of just casually, go through it. And, I let you guys dominate the comment section. You guys have to interact with one another. If I see something that's interesting, I like it. Or if it's on live, I will read it. But yeah, good morning, Ryan. Good morning. Good morning. How you doing? Okay, so yeah, I felt like overall, Chris Rock aired out his grievances with Will Smith, and what a lot of people after that comedy special, a lot of people are not talking about this on social media, but I posed the question: I know they're not cool, but
is Chris Rock still have some frustration towards Will Smith? Does Will Smith still has a gripe with Chris Rock? You know, those are questions that wasn't necessarily answered at the comedy special, but judging by what he said throughout that whole presentation, it was, you can, after watching it and letting it simmer in my head, it's like, yeah, it. I'm talking about from Chris Rock perspective. He used to have respect for Will Smith and his family, and he doesn't no more. And you know, I'm pretty sure that uh, you know, if there's an opportunity where these two guys will be in the same movie or that do business, you know, business is business. What you do on camera, that's fine. Well, you know, as far as working together on a movie or something or a television show or whatever, but outside of that, they're not friends. Okay. But that's Hollywood in general. You know, I know a lot of people feel like they know these actors and actresses, and when they see them at these Oscar events or these award shows, one would assume that they're all cool. They know each other, but there's a difference between your friends, your actual friends, and Hollywood friends. And when they say, and when they say or they use the word Hollywood, it's fake. They're really not friends. They respect one another, but they're not gonna go tooth and nail, go to the back for you, go for bat for you. They're not gonna put their reputation online. So because of what you believe in, and that was the whole purpose of selective outrage when Will Smith's wife publicly took to social media and told all of her Hollywood friends, all the actors, the actresses, the writers, the directors, to boycott the Oscars, all because the Oscars didn't nominate a Will Smith film that Will Smith believed in. Okay. And then she went to social media and told the African American community to not attend the Oscars. All right. And we should have our own award show, which we should. But we can say that to all walks of life. I feel like the African American community should have its own social media space. We should have our own Twitter. We should have our own Instagram. We should have our own Facebook. We should have more involvement in entertainment when it comes to creating more studios, more film companies. Okay, we should sponsor our own films. We should do our own thing. All right, but a lot of influencers, a lot of African American influencers, actors, actresses, singers, rappers, athletes, they choose not to. They choose to do business with companies that's already, been there and done that, like Netflix or like Sony. Tyler Perry has his own studio, but Tyler Perry links himself with a lot of these high profile companies when he wants to do something big for the bigger stage. All right. Hold up. Social media will be boring without us. LOL. Uh, I look at it. Yeah, it definitely could be boring without us. But at the same time, Will Smith's wife, her reply falls on deaf ears. I remember when Kyrie Irving said the same thing. Well, us as NBA athletes, we should have our own league. Okay. Well, if you fully believe in that, why hasn't it been done yet? But I feel like a lot of athletes are fine with their situations. I feel like a lot of actors and actresses are fine with their situation. Not all of us want to create something from the ground up. Not all of us want to uh, sacrifice something so it can benefit all of us. Okay. Not all of us are Martin Luther King. Not all of us is Gandhi. It's Gandhi. not all of us have that quality in us. A lot of us just want to wake up, do their thing, and then go to bed. They don't want all of that pressure. They don't want to create something from the ground up. Okay? That's just the way it is. Okay? So, um the Will Smith special, Selective Outrage. If you haven't seen it already, go check it out. I feel like it's the best thing smoking on Netflix, which, by the way, I'm going to segue into this topic. Netflix, y'all got to get y'all. I mean, I'm paying Netflix, and you guys should have something new every single day. Okay, not just every week, not just every other week, not just two Netflix projects a month. Y'all should be okay. Look, y'all. I mean, Netflix is on. They trying to stop people from having multiple passwords for multiple devices. They went up on their prices. They have two selections. Now they're going to incorporate ads to a lot of their programming. If you don't want the ad, you can pay a higher subscription service. Okay, Netflix is doing a lot of stuff that benefits Netflix, but Netflix ain't actually doing a lot for the people that are paying for Netflix. Okay, but definitely Selective Outrage should be high in your rotation. I'm pretty sure it's already number one on the Netflix list. And Netflix need to do more like this. Now, Monique is going to have her comedy special sometime this year. I don't think Monique's comedy special is going to be as funny as Selective Outrage, but I will, watch it. Okay, I will support it. Okay, but yeah, I mean, overall, I was thoroughly entertained by Selective Outrage, and you guys, if you haven't watched it already, I suggest you guys to go watch it. Okay, Ryan is LOLing at me. Okay, and that's cool. Okay, it's good to be laughed at or laugh with me. Okay, I take it either way. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna wrap this baby up. I really do appreciate everyone in here. Sorry about the technical difficulties. I had like almost 30 people in the building watching this live stream, and then I had technical difficulties. That happens all the time. But it is what it is. People that were here, as well as the people that are here now, could you please do your boy a favor? Can you please do your boy a solid? Hit the subscription button, the notification bell, select all, hit the like button, uh, and share this content with your friends, family, and followers. We need to get this channel and this live stream clicking and popping in the YouTube algorithm, okay? Like popcorn chicken or popcorn shrimp, okay? I'm not a huge fan of popcorn shrimp, okay? I like a popcorn chicken, depending on who cooks it, but not everyone cooks good popcorn chicken. Okay, I know a lot of people are going to say in the comment section, popcorn chicken is easy to make. You just take it. You just take it out of the bag, put it in the fryer. It is not that easy. Okay, not a lot of people know how to cook popcorn chicken. People sometimes overcook popcorn chicken, and then you put it in your mouth. It's all hard. It's too crunchy. The perfect popcorn. You got to have a perfect balance of the meat actually being cooked and the flour. It has to be a perfect balance, a perfect science. Okay, okay. You with me? Okay, I got you, Ryan. I got you, Ryan. It's all good in the hood. But yeah, I really do appreciate all of you guys coming. Uh, you know, uh, be on the lookout for a lot of videos that's going to be uploading on this channel this week. Also, subscribe to me on my other channel. I'm Chris the Don One Live. That used to be my gaming channel. So go over there and subscribe and enjoy. You will not be disappointed. I'm going to have a video or maybe a live stream this week that we're going to be doing over there. And to the Zeus Network, y'all be tripping, dog. How in the hell you going to take coins from a live stream? Okay, I did not look. Zeus Network if you really check out my live on I'm Chris the Don One Live, by the way, there was no footage of any of your content in that live stream. It was just it was just me talking about it. The Zeus Network, they are on some trick-ish. Anytime you say something bad about their products, they quickly want to demonetize your videos. They quickly have an issue with you. But if you played all of their programming from start to finish on your YouTube channel, they don't have an issue with you. The moment you put commentary and what you think about their products at the Zeus Network, now they have issues with you. So I don't get you, Zeus Network. I mean, there's tons of YouTube channels out there that that had that whole boxing event on their YouTube channel from start to finish. All right, and you have no issue with them. They got commercials playing through it and everything. Zeus Network has no problem with it. You guys had a problem with me mocking the Tommy Big Mouth Lee versus Natalie No Hands Numb. I talked about it. I was cooking y'all, all right? And now all of a sudden, the first attempt, I couldn't get that video up and popping. That video was easily going to do 10K in views. Zeus Network took that video down. And when I do a live stream on I'm Chris Down One Live, I'm just doing a live stream. I'm not even showing your content, Zeus Network. Anyway, anytime you say anything bad about Paramount Plus is the same thing. If you say something bad about any of their television shows or movies, they quickly want to take you to YouTube court. They want to strike down your video just because you have a thought and an opinion, okay? Opinions like buttholes. Everyone has one, all right? So, yeah, Paramount and the Zeus Network, y'all be doing some shady stuff out here, but it's all good in the hood. YouTube sent me an email saying, everything's all good in the hood. I mean, you're not using anything, their likeness or anything. You're just basically, commenting on the boxing event, which that's what I was doing. But it's all good. Well, I knew I could get it fixed, but the time it takes for it to get processed and all that stuff, they know what they're doing. They trying to, they're trying to slow ball you, and then your view, you stop getting views on that because now YouTube is not recommending that live stream because they're thinking that there's something in the live stream that belongs to the Zeus Network. Okay, I mean, this is just weird, man. It happens. It happens. All right. But this will be the last time I talk about anything Zeus Network related. Y'all can keep y'all little funky projects, y'all ridiculous amateur boxing events. I'm not talking about y'all no more. All right. I don't even subscribe to the Zeus Network. Who subscribed to the Zeus Network anyway? All right. Even though it's $4.99. Who in the hell subscribing to the Zeus Network? Ooh. I'm like an owl. Who is subscribing to the damn Zeus Network? Okay, there are better entertainment you can get for $4.99. Okay, there are plenty of girls on OnlyFans with amateur video quality. The angles of the video is not that impressive. The girls are below average girls, and I'd rather spend $4.99 a month on that than anything the Zeus Network is doing. Zeus Network, you guys are hot garbage. All right, y'all need to stop it. Stop it, Zeus Network. Stop it. Let a brother breathe. Okay, let a brother breathe. Breathe. Okay. Did I say breed? Breathe. Okay, so yeah, that's all I got, guys. I will see you guys next week on Too Early for This Ish podcast. We're going to have something good to talk about. Be on the lookout for some videos on this channel. I'm going to have uploaded later on this week. Also check me out on I'm Chris Down One Live. That used to be my gaming channel. All the links to all of my pages are in the description. So subscribe and enjoy. You will not be disappointed. I will see you guys on the flip side of things. Hope everyone has a productive Monday. Hope you have a lovely week. It looked like it's going to be perfect skies. Also, guys, this weekend, set your clocks forward. Okay, we're gonna lose an hour of sleep. Are we losing an hour of sleep? Are we gaining an extra hour of sunlight? I don't know how that works, but yo, set your clocks an hour forward this weekend. So be cautious of that. You don't want to wake up Sunday morning and you think that you're late and you get there and wait a minute, hold up. If you set your clock an hour forward, oh yeah, you'll be late. You'll be an hour late. Okay. And then now you got to have that awful conversation with your boss saying, I didn't know it was spring your clock an hour. I just screwed up. Yada, 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 yada. Look, I'm telling you guys right now, this weekend, set your clock forward. Okay. This is your boy. I'm Chris Down One. I'm trying to save a lot of people's lives out there, particularly at work, particularly people that work on the weekend. I feel you. I feel you. I will talk to you guys next week on Too Early for This podcast. I'll see you guys on the flip side. Deuces.